Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. I know if you're probably like me, when you go into a fabric store, you just get all caught up in all the beautiful prints and you want all of it. And you see something you really want and you buy too much. You wind up buying 2 yards. It winds up sitting in your sewing room, hidden under another stack of fabric, and you've forgotten all about it. I have fabrics that are 20 to 25 years old and they've never been touched. So I'm going to show you what you can do out of just getting a half a yard of fabric and the things that you can make out of just this 1/2 yard. Now here is an oven mitt, and so far I've only made just one, but I have enough fabric to make one more. But I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make your own pattern because I want you to save money. You don't need to run out and buy patterns for every little thing. So all I did for this one is I didn't want a real long one that came way up on my arm, but you can do that. So I just came right about here, and I've gone out quite a ways because remember, you're going to have seam allowance. You need fabric for the seam, and I've just sort of outlined the basic shape of my hand. And there's your pattern. Now when you make an oven mitt, it's important you understand the type of insulation that goes into an oven mitt. In this particular oven mitt, I used 1 layer of cotton batting and then 1 layer of Insulbright. On the package of Insulbright, it'll tell you that's how you're supposed to use it. Insulbright is a synthetic fabric that helps to block the heat. It doesn't block the heat entirely, it just helps to kind of tone down the little ouch moment that you might have. On the inside of the oven mitt, you will need to line it and use anything you want. It doesn't have to match your outside fabric or the fabric out here on the outside part of the oven mitt. So you're going to need 2 for the inside. So when you cut out your insulation, you'll also need to cut out 2 cotton batting, 2 Insulbright, and then you layer all of these together and then stitch them. So that's just for one oven mitt. So you have to remember when you're going to buy something like this insulation, you need to buy enough for the other oven mitt. As I said, I had a lot of fabric left over from that half a yard. So I took 2 squares and incorporated with some other scrap fabric I made for this pot holder. I used my embroidery machine to put this on my kitchen towel, but I had enough fabric up here and to put a loop on it so that I can hang it. Now you can do this type of thing, just make it a little longer, and you can fold it over your towel bar or the dishwasher handle. So out of this 1/2 yard, I had enough to make this plus 1 more oven mitt, and I'll still have pieces of fabric left over. These are 5-point stars, and they're really easy to draw. I know a lot of you told me I can't draw, I don't want to draw, but you can save yourself a lot of money so you don't have to run out and buy patterns. So I'm going to show you how to make an 8-inch square star and a 6-inch size star. So for the 8-inch size, draw an 8-inch square. So you need to have a ruler to do this. Up at the top, you want to go in to the center, which is 4 inches, and just put a little mark there. Then go down 3 inches and put a mark. Go over here 3 inches and put a mark. So that's your markings for it. Now take your ruler and lay it up against this dot and go down to the bottom corner. Then go over here and go down to the bottom corner. Then at the 3-inch markings, draw a line straight across. Now turn it, line it up at the 3-inch marking and go down to the corner again, draw a line, one more line to draw, and then the same thing over here. If you want the 6-inch size, you draw a 6-inch square. Go halfway across at 3 inches. And then to go down, you go down only 2 inches. And then follow the same process to draw all your lines. I love embellishing towels, but sometimes some towels you have don't need a lot of embellishment, and maybe some really don't need any at all. But on this one, I used a tassel fringe. When you are stitching on tassel fringe, you can either put it on the outside of the towel, or, as I did here, on the inside of the towel. I've done it both ways. And then all you need to do is stitch it down right through the middle. Now on this one, this is also a very busy towel, so you don't want to do a lot to it. And I was going to use just narrow rickrack, but that narrow rickrack was too small. It would have gotten lost in all of these stars. So the narrow rickrack is 1/2 inch wide. So if you did want to use it, you stitch right down the middle of the 1/2 inch. But on the 1 inch, if you stitch down through the middle and you go to wash it, these little scalloped edges are going to curl up and it's going to look terrible. So you need to stitch it down on the outside edges on both sides. Now here's one with the 1/2 inch rickrack. So this one I chose to just put a small piece of fabric on it. When you're going to add some fabric to it, just turn your edges in under a couple of times and stitch it down. Then stitch it onto the towel. Your rickrack covers up that seam right there. And again, you stitch down through the middle. Now, these towels right here, I think I bought them at Dollar Tree. I can't remember. I shop at so many places. But what I like about these towels is that I can actually get 2 out of 1 because this print is also on the other side of the towel. So let's say you wanted to give a gift to someone, you could completely unfold the towel and just cut it in the middle, right down through the center. And then you could put something like I did on this up at the top edge. Doesn't have to be exactly this. It could be something else you could put up there. And so you can actually get 2 gifts out of 1. Sometimes when you buy a towel, you wind up with a towel, I'm going to try to get it out here real quick, that it's one direction. So if you cut this in half, and you tried to put that decorative piece up at the top, your cats are going to be upside down. So what you would do is still cut it in half, then take the hem out at the bottom edge and hem the top edge and continue on, and then your cats will be in the right direction. Well, I hope these tips that I just gave you were helpful to you. Now, I'm going to have links down below in which you can find some of these projects. So if you want more detailed information in putting something like what you've seen in this tutorial, you can find it there. So you scroll down till you get to the description section and click on the word more, and that section will expand open and you will see a variety of links appearing. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.